morning, everyone. Welcome back to Swan Branch. I wanted to just do a little quick video today. We posted our first video on our channel 1 year ago yesterday. So I just wanted to give a quick update and maybe try to do something different than what we've normally done. I maybe try to do a short video every day or every couple days and try to get on some kind of consistent publishing schedule, really just for my benefit, just to stay consistent with what I'm trying to do. Anyway, it's a beautiful sunny day. It looks like we're gonna get 90-degree temperatures, or actually 91 degrees today. I'm hoping to be able to take a quick trip down to the farm. I've got to water the garden and see what else we have there. So just wanted to give everybody a thank you that's subscribed and watched the videos. I think our number of subscribers right now is at 467. So we're just a few away from 500. We got a lot of watch hours to go to be able to get to our goal on our channel. But anyway, we're just going to keep plugging away at it, keep showing you how we're moving toward our adventure of moving to an undeveloped piece of land. We've got our camper there, we've got a well, but we've still got a lot of work to do to be able to make it livable. So we'll just keep publishing and you follow along and we'll make it all work together. Okay, I made it down to the farm today. Just wanted to do a quick update and show you how the bees are looking. The bees are just fascinating. This is still just the swarm trap that I had. I've got 5 frames in this right now. You can see the bees on the front, they're fanning the wings. I think that means they're just trying to keep it cool, trying to get some air circulation. Let me show you this one over here too. I think there's less bees in that hive. We have 10 frames in that one. Actually, I think I only have 8 frames in that one right now. Let me show you just around this area how it looks right now. We're near the end of July and we've had a lot of rain the last 2 weeks, which has really kept things green. You can see our camper right down there. We've got 2 really big walnut trees there, and actually there's another walnut tree over there with 2 tulip poplars beside it. I'll keep panning around to the right to show you this area up here. Actually, let me walk around. I don't think I've ever really shown this area over here. Not sure exactly what we're going to do with this part up here, but there's quite a bit of pasture land here also. Sure is a pretty day. Here's what our garden looks like now. The electric fence has been doing great. The poultry netting has been doing great to keep stuff out. I hope that continues. These are all the plants that are growing out of our compost bin. There's both tomatoes, and we have found out what we thought was cucumbers is not cucumbers. I'll show you what it is over here in the garden. Well, I just went ahead and turned the charger off here, and I've already opened the netting. Just let me show you real quick. Finally got our rain gauge set up here, and in the last 24 48 hours, I think we've gotten not a drop. We are supposed to get rain tonight, and so I'm not going to water today in hopes of that. I was down here yesterday and was able to water the garden quickly also. Here's what the garden is looking like now. Potatoes are still looking really good. Let me show you the green beans. We're going to be picking these probably over the weekend or early next week. There's probably enough in here to have just a small meal. We do have the tomatoes finally staked up and they're off the ground. That's really helped them be able to breathe at the bottom. And I found several tomato hornworms on here. I'll glance around and see if I can find one again. I'll show you some of the tomatoes that are still hanging on the vine here. We've gotten 1 tomato off so far of these. but none of these other ones are turning color yet. So that'll all happen probably in the next week or so. Now I'll show you what we thought were the cucumbers that we got out of the compost bin. These actually look like butternut squash. And there's a bunch of them. Let me show you one of the bigger ones on the other side. As I'm walking around to the other side of the tomatoes here, I thought I would walk up the little area between our raised beds and the potatoes. You can see these right here where the red potatoes stop, and these from here on out are russet potatoes. So they look different also. But let me show you one of the biggest butternut squashes so far. That's about as big as my hand. So it's got a little ways to go, but it looks like we're gonna have some good eating this winter. Here's a quick view of some of the cayenne peppers. It's amazing how many are on these 4 little plants. We've already gotten 4 that have turned ripe off, and I actually already used 1 in cooking. This is what the little cherry tomato plant is looking like. We only have, I think we've gotten maybe 4 or 5 off of this one, but there's a bunch on here. Hey, I see one that might almost be ripe at the bottom. Let me see if I can show it to you. No, it's not. It's just turned a little bit of color, so it's not ready at all yet. And like always, squash usually give you more than you will ever need. We have 4 plants, and I think we've gotten probably 30 squash off so far. I don't see any ready to pick on this one, but you can see where some of them have already formed down in here. Those will probably be ready in the next week. Probably not even a week, probably 3 or 4 days. You can see one down there that I'm not going to pick today. I'll wait a couple more days. And there's several more in there that are really close to ready to pick. We like to pick them small, so the seeds are smaller. It just makes I think the flavor's a lot better. It's a lot easier when you're cooking them. And we really like to eat fried squash. Just another quick view of all of the tomatoes and butternut squash coming up out of the compost pile. There's actually a lot of little small tomatoes on these plants, so we're going to end up getting a harvest out of that also. We've not really watered it or done anything to it. They just came up on their own. And looking back, you can see what the garden looks like. I'm glad we were able to get the tomatoes staked up, because it was beginning to grow out both sides of the raised bed, and we planted too many in a small space, but that's what we do. I'll show you there's the old house there. Hey, if you guys have any questions about that, give me a shout out down in the comments, and I'll try to answer them. I'm looking at the thermometer from here, and you probably can't see it very well, but I can see that it says 86 right now in the shade. So we're going to get up probably 91 or 92, like I said, today. So I'm glad to be leaving here early enough to get back, and we're going to continue packing and see how fast we can make a difference at our house. I'll just reach down here and turn the Energizer back on so that this poultry netting is electrified. It's done a really good job so far keeping the groundhogs out, and I don't think any deer have tried to go across it, which is kind of surprising at the same time. But it feels more like a cage, so a lot of times they don't like to be jumping into close quarters. That will really deter them. Here's what the area looks like beside the old house that we have, and this is the camper that we bought first. You can watch a video where I recently had an accident with the mower on that camper, but really frustrating times. But we got to do some repairs on it to be able to get it ready to sell, but that's not going to be until we get here. Yeah, each time that we leave the farm here, we have a farm gate that's really old. We painted it blue. We actually had that video about that, but I lost the footage somehow, so I never was able to put a video up about it. It's been about a year and 2 or 3 months since we painted it blue, but yeah, this is one of the things I do each time when we get ready to leave, is I walk the gate over to the post and lock it up. Let me step back and show you what it looks like here. Hey, thanks for spending a few minutes with me today here at the farm. Hey, on your way out, give that thumbs up button a click and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time down the road at Swamp Ranch.